Welcome to
The Real Cosmic Joke.
Joke.
The podcast episode everyone's been waiting for. I have gotten like 5 messages asking for an update on Baytop's boys situation.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we have so much to catch up on.
I don't even think I've gotten a full update, so I'm excited for this. We've been so busy. We like got home and then I left again, and I'm like feel like I'm just really seeing you.
I know, without kids.
Yeah,
Like
that too.
we had to be totally PG. How was your trip? It was great. Okay, I got gum in my mouth. Should I just swallow it? Is that bad for you?
No, don't swallow it. Give it to me.
Thanks, Mom.
I'm like your child right now. Ew.
My DNA is very good. High quality.
Okay, we want to hear an update. Can I give a first impression?
Oh yeah, do it.
So we dropped off Baytop and it was kind of awkward because like we were seeing you guys meet for the first time.
Yeah, you were.
You know?
Yeah.
And Charlie was like being all like giddy and like she's like, Mom, are they just meeting? Like it was just so funny. He's like such good energy.
Yeah,
Like
he really
his
is.
smile, you can just tell like good energy. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy. Anyways, that was my first impression.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hi, my name is Taylor." And then he shook your hands, and then he came to me. He's like, "Hey, my name is Taylor." And I was like, "Oh, that was really adorable," because I
Yeah.
was kind of worried about the handoff, you know?
Yeah, like what you do at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, we make out right here in front of them, or we don't?
Yeah.
Are we getting married?" Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I like him. I do. I like him. I'm not pregnant, and I'm not married.
Sorry, guys.
So I just need you guys to know that I'm delusional, but usually it only lasts for about 24 hours. And then I'm like, I don't, that sounds crazy. But I was like, but you know what? What's the point
You
of
just never
life?
know.
Yeah. If I was in an arranged marriage and he was my arrangement, like I'd be totally happy with life.
Yeah.
He's really sweet. He's he's like ex-Marine, so he's got that very like confident,
Like protective, I could tell.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean he did say he was 5'7". I think he might be 5'5", but that's all right.
Really?
You think he's my height?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he's 5'6" then.
But also remember you have like boots and stuff on, which
Yeah.
is like a good
Inch and a half.
Yeah, guys don't wear stuff like that. They
No,
don't wear
but
the hills.
physically, he's got tattoos. He's super in shape. He is extremely active, which I love. Like we went hiking all the time. He's a total like man, right? And I
Yeah.
think like sometimes we were talking, he's like, you got to remember that I'm a man. So if you need something, like you have to tell me.
Yeah.
And he just, it feels like he has done this, extreme self work. And I think just as humans, like we're imperfect and there's always these like imperfections. But yeah, I feel like he witnesses me in a way that I've never been witnessed.
And I love that.
Yeah, he's very sweet.
I feel like that is very, very, very rare. I really do.
Yeah.
To be witnessed and to have someone who's emotionally intelligent in a way that they can say, hey, you need to tell me these things because I can't read your,
Yeah, I can't
like
read your mind.
I appreciate that. I appreciate just like communicate with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Communicate with me. I'll be honest. We after I got back, we were texting back and forth. I miss you. No, all these sweet things, and then he had some things to work on. So on Saturday I got super avoidant. Like my avoidant personality came out, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the one. I gotta go. So like I ignored. This is so bad, you guys.
Oh man,
I ignored him for a bit, and then he texted me a few times. He's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'll call you tomorrow." And then I woke up and I was like, "Oh, I was actually just crazy." And I said, "Hey, babe, sorry. Like my avoidant personality is coming out. This is what I was feeling, and this is what I was experiencing and going through." And he's like, he just held space for that.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And he's like, we're just trying to be human. He's like, I do that sometimes too. And he's like, if you could just, if you're feeling that way, just text me and let me know, and I'll let you go for the rest of, you do you.
That's fair enough.
Right? And I'm like,
yeah.
Aw.
I love that.
I'm a little crazy.
Yeah, but I just feel like that's also women. I don't even know if I'd say it's crazy. I feel like we have cycles, right?
Yeah, we have
and then we have whatever's going on in the ethers, the astrology, and we go through a lot of waves of emotion, and men who can hold space for those emotions are everything.
It's safety.
Yeah, it is safety.
It's safety. And at the end of the day, You know, it's no one's perfect. Like, even your friendships, no one's perfect, and it's like, who do you want to create with?
Yeah.
Who's gonna just hold space for your
And
human
who do you wanna
expression?
be messy as fuck with?
Yeah. Someone that's not gonna push away my
Or
messiness
use it against you.
or use it against me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then we went to Sedona. You know, you were in Sedona. We were
Yeah.
having, like, 2 different experiences.
Literally.
And, yeah, Sedona wasn't my favorite. It was fun to hang out with, this guy, and it was fun to go hiking, experience nature, but it wasn't my favorite town, to be honest. And in a way, I'm like, I was like, I don't know. When I was talking to Taylor, I'm like, I don't even know if this place is for you anymore.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think you're right. Cause
It's just so touristy. That's what we're talking about, everyone.
yeah,
It's
it's
very touristy.
touristy, and there's only 10,000 people full time, which, it's hard to cultivate community when there's so much transient energy.
Yeah, it's not a place that you hunker down and have, like, community at all. It is.
Yeah.
I will say, I think it's a cool place. There was a lot of cool things about it, but I definitely went into it thinking it was gonna be like Mount Shasta vibes, just like small town, very, like, I don't know, but it was so busy. There was so much traffic. It was so commercialized, which is fine. There was so many good things about it, and the food was so good.
The food's better.
Yeah, and by our where we were staying at our hotel, I loved that area. It was so charming. I would totally go back, but I think I would just have completely different expectations this time, and I'd want to go on an off season,
Yeah, off
not the busy
season.
season, because it was spring break for that whole area. Also, Utah, also, like, everyone that was there, I kept hearing people say, like, "Oh, I'm from Wisconsin. We're on spring break." And I was like, "Yeah, everyone's on spring break right now."
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah. So, but we had a lot of fun. Like, we took our kids on
Yeah.
a pink Jeep tour, and it was a blast. We ended up going home like a night early. Thanks for being flexible,
Oh,
Baytop.
yeah, for sure.
Sorry. Life got a little crazy, which I guess will lead into mine. But anything else you want to say about Sedona?
Um, you know, I think it's just all gonna come out. I don't know.
It's all gonna come out?
Well, like, I mean,
I was
I
like, what
don't
secrets? Just kidding.
I'm actually 5 days married. I was joking this whole time.
JK.
I don't know. I'm just being like the humanness of Sedona. I think it's just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
keep trickling out and
Yeah.
just be expressed in life as we move forward. And
Yeah.
yeah, it just made me recognize that I love culture and I love food and I love experiences, and I'd love to see that more where we live. And I think we get to experience these things and be like, okay, I want this in my backyard. I
Mm-hmm.
want more of this
Yes.
and less of this.
I would love better food, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
But
we
also,
need to invest in a restaurant.
I'm just kind of glad we don't have all that stuff. I ate horrible. I had so much bread. I never
Oh,
eat that much
girl.
bread. And I just feel like the Pillsbury Doughboy right now.
Yeah, I don't think I went to the bathroom for like a week because
Oh my gosh.
it wasn't bad food that I was eating, but it's
Yeah.
just I'm such a minimalist in my diet that, like, I had a baby's worth of stuff up in my colon.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna go into that, but
Same.
Jalynn's got a code for parasites and poop stuff, so
And other stuff.
okay, girl. Hold my hand as I say this.
I'm holding your
Life
hand.
is a transition. Tell us about your fate.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I can share some things. There's some things that I can't really share because it just is what it is. Anyways, so a lot has happened, a lot that I have not been able to share until yesterday. So last week, I took a job 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Time is moving so fast right now. So fast. Okay, so I took a job. I started a marketing position on a Monday. On Tuesday, Baytop and I did a podcast episode, which you guys will remember because it was last week's podcast episode where we were kind of talking about how she joined network marketing for the first time. And I was talking about how I love it so much because it provides freedom. You don't have to do all the behind the scenes things, like all those things. While I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I love network marketing. I just had these like aha moments. And then after our podcast, I was just like, what if I still want to be doing this and I'm just like not in the right company? And so that I was really like sitting with that because I have loved network marketing and I was already struggling with that job. Like, I was just not having the energy for it to do something for other people and not to just be me, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're working for someone else, you have to become them and their voice and their vision, which is fine. but I was struggling already, and just realizing like I actually love having my freedom. I love
Yeah.
time freedom. I love financial freedom. I want to be able to live how I want and show up how I want. And I want to be able to share my journey and my stories, and network marketing and that income allows me to do that. So I had that big aha moment. That was Tuesday.
Wow.
Wednesday, this opportunity came, dropped on my lap. And I was like, what the actual fuck? And so I was exploring it. I was asking questions. I was like, what's happening? And Thursday, I quit my job. I quit the job. I lasted 4 whole days. And that was very emotional for me because, first of all, I loved the company. I loved the people. I was really excited about this on Monday. And I just realized very quickly, like, this is not the direction I want to necessarily go in. And I think it was just the universe opening a door to show me what I
You
really
don't.
wanted.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, what you don't want.
Yeah. And that was really powerful for me. Um, and, things went crazy fast. There's a lot of things I cannot share publicly for legal reasons at the moment. Maybe down the road in the future, I can share some more stuff. But I just have to say, I joined a new company. We're gonna call it X. The name's singular. It's a freaking weird name, not gonna lie. So we're gonna say X. So I joined X, and you guys, I will just say, in Amari, I know people are like, well, you loved Happy Juice last week. What's happening? So here's just the honest, like, fucking truth. This is the truth. I hadn't,
Listen up, folks.
I hadn't been building my business in over a year. The company was acquired. All the executives changed, a lot of things shift, and it just didn't feel good to me anymore. And you guys know, my audience knows, if something doesn't feel good for me anymore, I cannot function, I cannot thrive. So I stopped doing the business side of things, and I just was like, okay, maybe this is my path, is I'm just supposed to be an affiliate and just do that. So I sold Happy Juice, and I was fine doing that. It was great. Everything I said about Happy Juice is absolute truth. I do not regret anything. I loved Happy Juice. Like, it helped me so much the last 2 years with my mental health, with everything. What I was craving and what I was desiring in that business, that company, I wanted innovation. I wanted a larger product line. I wanted better pricing. I wanted lower shipping. I wanted to sit at a table with corporate and be listened to and respected and not gaslit. And I just was desiring something bigger. And I've told Baytop this for a long time. Like, when we met, like, I want expansive connections. I want friends who push me. I want to be around people who are like, hey, let's do this. Let's change people's lives. And I know that's such a what's the word?
Tacky.
I was going to say, like,
touche.
taboo.
Oh, wait. It's not touche. It's cliche.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it's like a cliche thing to say because everyone's like, oh, this is life changing, whatever. But that's what I wanted. I want to be able to show up and help people change their health. You guys know I've been through the craziest health journey, and I want to be able to help other people get to the root cause, and I want people to feel their best. And this is the way that I can do that.
Yeah.
So all this stuff the last 2 weeks were probably the craziest, most emotional, draining, beautiful, exciting weeks that I've had in a very long time. You guys don't even understand the things that fell apart that also came together to get me to right this second.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to go meet their corporate team. I was able to go learn, do like deeper dives into their systems and their products and what's coming and just so many things. And you guys, I have never felt at home ever like that. Like, I was so impressed. I felt so taken care of. I actually know the VP of product development. I've known her for over 10 years. Everything she makes is gold. Everything. And she was the original person 10 years ago talking about gut health. Now it's like
everything. It's everything.
Yeah. And it is, because our gut is tied to literally every system in our body. So it is probably one of the most important things to be focused on. But she was talking about this 10 years ago. So the innovation that I was craving, it's her. Like, she is creating some really cool things. The company is doing some really cool things. I have opportunity to make more income here than I did at Amari. My people have more opportunity. The women who are stay-at-home moms who just want to make $500 a month, they are able to do that a little bit easier than they were at my last company. And I'm not going to sit here and bash on anything. I think it's a great company. I think the products are great, but for me, I was ready to expand and I needed something bigger, and I wanted to link arms and really start fresh and just blow something up that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
And so here we are. I genuinely love the products, the taste of them. I'm so picky with my taste because I'm such a drink person. Like, I'm a drink goblin, you know, those
Yeah.
like
Oh.
memes. I am a drink goblin.
Okay, that must be in your world because I've never seen that meme.
You
but
have it?
I'm a drink goblin. No.
But really,
But
I did a reel about it. I'm gonna find it and send it to you.
shit. Okay, yeah, I would love to see that. I would like to be making more drink goblin videos with
Yeah.
you.
And so I feel like I've become a mixologist the last couple weeks, like trying all these different flavors together, and it's been so fun for me. So the products, again, are awesome. I've had so much fun just getting this started, and I'm starting over. This was a huge risk for me. I'm walking away from another income, but the thing with me is that's just how I roll. If something's not working for me anymore, I literally physically cannot stay there anymore. If there's a relationship in my life that is not feeling good, like I just can't do it. I am a 0 to 100 person, and if something feels off, like I'm done immediately. I'm not a person that's like, "Oh, let's wait a month," or like, "Let's fill things out." I'm like, "No, let's fucking go. Like we're done."
Let's fucking
And I actually love that about myself. So,
yeah, I love that too. I think I resonate a lot with that because
yeah. Well, why
I'm very much
why
I'm
linger
pivoting.
in that like yucky if it doesn't feel good, like I know it's a safety thing. I know it's scary. You guys trust me. And this is going to be vulnerable. Money freaking I hate talking about money, but we have like I've been in the negative in my bank account recently.
Mhm.
And for me to walk away from my entire income and start over is a massive fucking risk. And have I cried over that? Yes, I have, because it is scary. But ultimately, like I had a full body hell yes with this. So I know everything's going to work out how it's supposed to. And I know things are going to be provided because I said yes and I put my foot forward.
Yeah.
So
it's your intuition now.
Yeah. So crazy things have happened the last week with friendships and with people that I just saw differently. Like true colors just really came out the last few weeks, and not necessarily, I'm not going to say in a bad way because I think it's all great. It's all beautiful. And I ended up exactly where I was supposed to be, partnered with a big handful of women that also chose to individually leave Amari on their own terms. And I'm just excited to start over and be with people who have a big heart, first of all, who see a big picture and are ready to change the world. Like, and I know that is, again, cliche to say, like, let's change the world, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
If you impact one person, I read a study one time that's like, if you impact one person, that changes like millions of people's lives,
I
because
feel that.
that impacts future generations, that impacts past, because I truly believe when you heal, you're healing future generations and you're healing past generations. And I just think it's such a cool industry to be in, and that's what I'm passionate about. And so that is why I'm here. I know a lot of people, I'm getting so many messages like, can you please tell me more about why you left? And this is all that I'm going to say about that, is just what I said before, but that's what brought me to now. And I am very
oh my gosh,
freaking excited for this new step. I'm scared as shit, and I'm just ready to go. I feel very good. I feel so good, and I haven't had fire like this in me. I haven't had my generator energy in a long time.
Your Leo generator energy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Well, I can say I've been around your roller coaster of all your stories. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, we're doing this. I felt like I was a midwife. So in a way, I'm like, all right, we're birthing a whole new thing. Let's go.
She was holding my legs open while I birthed to do
Scream,
me.
make it happen, go. Push,
but doesn't it feel
push.
like it felt like a death and a rebirth? Because
yeah,
I was mourning Amari. I was like, Happy Juice got me to this point, just like when I left Senegence. That was life changing for me.
Yeah.
Like it allowed me to find my confidence. It helped me leave the church. It helped me find who I was and who I wanted to be. And I just think if we look at everything as like divine timing and things happen how they're supposed to, it just empowers us instead of keeps us stuck in that fear of like,
Yeah. I think we're, when I really do admire your ability to just pivot. Like,
Thank
that's
you.
quite impressive. It's just like, no, not working. Even you said the trend, you set the trend moving down the St. George, right? Like,
I don't know
like,
about that.
Pivot, we're going to pivot. But we're coming to this point in time that I think a lot of people are collectively creating things that they're not passionate about
Yeah.
in their relationships, in their work, everything. And I think people can look at your life from the outside and be like, "Oh, it's so perfect. It's so this. They have everything they need." But really, like, you're going through human struggles. You're going
Yeah.
through financial struggles. Like, this isn't just like well, I'm going to be safe. It is what it is. Like, this is a big life-changing moment.
Yeah.
And I think what I witnessed, and I'm trying not to like I'm not going to spill some beans, but what I witnessed is I think a lot of the feminine energy is not being heard. And I
Yeah.
think what I heard from your concerns the past little bit of hearing about your work with Amari is, the voices weren't being heard. And it's not that they're bad people. The feminine just wasn't being witnessed.
Yeah.
And you found this company that is like, hey, we see the power in the feminine. We want to witness you and we want to bring you along for the ride. And I think women coming together to usher in this, like, next transition. Like, oh my gosh, it makes me wanna
That's
cry, like,
literally what it feels like. And
it
you're explaining it so well. I have a hard time putting things into word, but that is what this weekend felt like. It felt like so much. This isn't a new company that I'm jumping on to like ride some wave. I know there's like a lot of stigma in network marketing because people do not like when people leave network marketing. It's
yeah.
like, to me, it's like golden handcuffs.
It's like an abusive relationship.
It
It's let's
is.
exploit the feminine, and then when they say, "Hey, this relationship is not okay," they're like, "Well, I control you now."
Yeah, well,
Well, sorry, babe, you don't control me.
and that's how it feels. And there could be consequences to me leaving Amari, but at this point, again, I got a full body hell yes at the very beginning, and I knew with every part of my being that this is going to work out no matter what. So if something happens and someone comes after me or whatever, like I trust that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be because my body told me,
Yeah. Yep.
and I think more people need to have trust in themselves, first of all. And I also have to say that I support anyone staying there completely. Like my team members, my customers, I'm like, if that feels good to you, like, please stay. I am not
Yeah.
here to convince anyone to leave. I am just simply sharing my experience. And I know that the people who come with me, I know, my customers who I've had the last 10 years in network marketing who've supported me along the way. I know if they don't want to try this product, like I support anyone in any part of their decisions.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
I think that's how it should be.
I really should.
Like if someone's ready to pivot, like let them freaking pivot.
Yeah. And it's not that I think most people in most companies, I don't think they're bad per se,
No,
but there's a lot of unconscious behavior,
well, it's
and
very fear based.
it's very
And
fear-based. And I think we're just, I mean, as women, when we come together and decide, well, we don't want that anymore. We're actually not. Like, even if you are going through a divorce, right? It's like your girlfriends are like, no, babe, don't go back to him.
mhm,
Don't go back to that company. Don't. There's another option, and
yeah,
maybe you don't know what that next option or that next step is, but when you come together and like have a group of friends, like, you can do anything.
yeah.
Oh,
Amen.
oh my gosh, I'm tearing up.
And
That's
also, can we just talk about freaking eclipse season? Because the whole theme of the last 2 weeks was literally like death and destruction of what is no longer serving us. And you
yeah,
guys, it came like, I feel like I got hit with a pan on the side of my head. Like that's how fast it came for me. And the emotional roller coaster I rode, I when I tell you how intense it was, I don't even think it was as crazy leaving Senegence, if I'm being honest. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it did feel like I was, never mind, I don't even need to say that. Never mind.
We're not
Backtrack.
saying that.
But I literally felt like I got hit by a frying pan because I was like, oh my gosh. And when things fall apart, if you allow them to fall apart, you're gonna ride the emotional wave and then you're gonna move through it. If you fight it, it is gonna be a really long, painful journey. And fear
Yeah.
does that. And fear does that. Fear and a lack mindset can do that. And I can see that that's how a lot of people feel right now. They're just clinging on to fear or that lack mindset because there are people leaving. And so they're being really loud. There's rumors spreading, all the fun things with women. But I just wish people could see, like, just let people live, like let people do
Let
their
people just
thing,
do their
like
thing.
support women, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, support like embodied women.
Yeah.
I mean, support women. I know they're going through their journey, but there's some women I'm like, babe, I'll support you, but you also gotta look in the mirror.
Well, yeah, everyone definitely needs to look in the mirror.
I know, but some people a little bit.
And
You know what? I need to too. I gotta.
all of us, always,
Yeah.
always.
On a good note, I decided yesterday that I'm going to be a professional athlete.
This was my favorite rant I've ever heard. So keep
Was
sharing.
it?
Yeah, I was laughing.
Yeah. I was laughing too.
You were.
So my friend, I'm not going to tell you what mountain, but it's like one of the biggest mountains out there, you know? She was training for years. And then, you know, for the past year, well, she got injured. So she had to quit training, but she has all the coaching team, all the equipment, everything, all the knowledge, like climb some big mountains out in South America, which is where you got to start before you go to the Himalayas. But, and I'm not talking Everest. Everest is a trash hole. I'm not climbing that shit. But for years she's been asking me, she's like, let's train again, like let's do it, let's just go. And I'm like, hey, I don't know. And then yesterday I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, why not? Like minimum, I quit in 6 months. I got a nice ass. I'm looking fresh. I'm feeling good. I was like, sure, why not? So I decided yesterday I'm a professional athlete.
Woo woo.
And I want the reason I want sponsorships is I actually just want my grocery list covered.
So pies is on
So
the
I
first
want
list.
pie. The healthier the pie, the better.
Have you ever shared this?
What? That I want to be sponsored by a pie
Well,
company?
that's like the first thing that you like told me about. You're like, with the podcast, your goal was to get sponsored by a pie company. Did you ever say that on the podcast?
I have no idea, but I am truly, for years.
This is how random Baytop is.
I have reached out to so many pie companies and I've been denied for sponsorship because they're like, you have 50 likes on your photos. And I'm like, but you don't know how well I would advocate for your pie company. You motherfuckers, just give me a sponsorship. So if you're a pie company out here, or you just know how to make pie and you're down to like slap a fake label on there and just make me a pie every month, call me up. Let's be sponsored.
Fake label.
If you can make it protein or inorganic, like that's fucking genius.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm looking for a pie sponsorship. I also would like one whole cow.
A cow sponsorship.
Yeah, I want one whole cow. I'd like an egg sponsorship. I would take a honey sponsorship. I'd also take a banana sponsorship.
Oh my god.
Shampoo, conditioner, face. What else would I need? What else is on my grocery list?
Toothpaste.
I'll take a ring company. I love my sweet potatoes. If you're a sweet potato company, I only need like 5 sweet potatoes a month. I'm pretty minimalist. Sometimes I eat a ton. But anyways, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna troll the internet because social media. I feel like I work a lot behind the scenes. I don't talk about just like building systems and kind of doing the stuff that it feels like I'm a mechanic inside the engine that doesn't really interest people. And so I was like, yesterday I was like, here's the thing. Here's what I know about myself. I'm charming. I mean, I'm funny. I'm funnier than the whole state of Utah. Like I can't even help that. I was like, why not just fucking have fun, create the most insane goal and just start pursuing it, get all these like trolling, you know, hilarious things and just see where it goes. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create like a hilarious persona online. I mean, I already do, but like it's going to be next level.
I'm so excited to watch this all unfold.
Thanks. It was that or OnlyFans. And so I was like, man, I put it on my Instagram stories. If you're listening to this, it's going to be gone already. But I was like, I'll show you my titty for free. I don't need to be an OnlyFans paid. But don't text me. Like we have to be in person for me to show you my titties. I'm not going to give you a photo.
Yeah, that can go viral real fast.
Yeah.
Just a Baytop boob.
Yeah, here's my boob. And then I beg, if you're going to pay for my boob job, I'll send you a full titty photo, but I want the 10 grand first.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I also would take a titty sponsorship and
like plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will take all the sponsorships.
Microneedling.
I'm on board with that one.
Babe, what do you need for a sponsorship? Just say something. You're like,
just say something. I don't know.
Hotel chain. Almond hotel chain. Amangiri.
Oh, that would be fun. Travel.
Yeah, if you want to just sponsor us with 5 trips a year, we're
5 trips per year. Just a small 5 trips a year, and we will We will hype you up.
We will do almost nearly anything you want us to do. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Nearly.
Oh man, someone got mad that I wanted to be a professional athlete on my story. I told you that, and I was like, "Dang, you need to really lighten up."
Yeah. People are take life too seriously
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Maybe
it's
they
go
needed.
time. I think we're just here to trickle people at the moment right now.
Yeah,
Trigger. Trickle.
trickle.
Trickle and triggle.
Yeah, isn't triggering fun?
Is it? Yeah, and
Yeah.
yes and no.
I was thinking
It's
about that on my
fun
drive.
until people attack you, and then I'm like, I'm exhausted. Go look in the mirror. I don't know.
Yeah, go freaking smoke crack and leave me alone. Bye.
Smoke crack.
If you choose to.
Go do ayahuasca. Then come talk to me
Yeah.
after.
I feel like my ayahuasca had no effect on me, so like go do it if you want, whatever. I really am like I wrote about this in my stories. I just feel like I'm a death doula right now.
Yeah.
And I'm
Which is beautiful. You're holding space.
holding space, and then, I had this Uber driver. You got
Oh
me
my gosh. I was laughing so hard when you texted me. I was like, Saunders, she literally just talked to the Uber driver for 45 minutes. Why am I not surprised at all?
Yeah, so
And it was freaking like midnight.
It's midnight. So I'm in my parking, like my parking spot, and like we're talking for like 45 minutes in the rain at like midnight. And it just reminded me that a lot of people are hurting and they're holding on to this anger. And I know we want to we didn't want to be like, don't be angry, don't be this. But I mean, so many people, especially women, we're holding on to generations of pain.
Yeah.
And so I can, from the outside, be like, just heal yourself, just do this. But the reality is like, the anger is so valid right now, and it's so many people are fucking hurting, like hurting. And I forgot where I was going with the story, but it just made me realize that my role in like that situation is to get curious and like, say some things about like maybe the future, but it's not to change her opinion or her thought. Like it's
But you can offer a bigger perspective just for her to like sit on. I think there's a difference between you, which you don't do, like saying, "Oh, you need to go heal," or just holding space or offering a bigger perspective.
Yeah.
Because you can like ground people in that sense when you offer just a bigger perspective and not in like a I know way, but just like a grounding, holding space way.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a doula in a way, like death. Like you're either going to cling on, and I truly believe 10 to 20% of the population will die in the coming years in the United States. And you're either going to cling on and you're going to be in that percentage, or you're going to die from yourself, like that your old self is going to die and you're going to be rebirthed.
Yeah.
Whether it's a physical death or a like ego personality death. Yeah, I just feel like I'm really just like holding space. And
I mean, I feel like if you're not dying several times a year at this point, the energy is moving, the timelines are moving so fast right now. If you're not dying,
if you didn't die today, did you even live?
Did you even live?
How many times did you cry today?
Today?
Yeah.
I mean, what time is it? I cried a lot yesterday. It's only noon. I have not cried yet today, but I also woke up like not that long ago.
Oh, I cried today.
Oh, good.
But it was a very beautiful cry.
Good.
I was just like, I'm so grateful.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was my tears.
I love that.
Yesterday I was fucking ham on the wall, so I was just doing whatever.
I loved it. All over the place on your stories.
My goal for my stories is to just not wear makeup or do like anything, and just like
you need to post that stuff on your actual Instagram so new people can find you.
I know, that's what I need to do. But I'm just trying to get like the worst angles possible and like get that close up and stuff. And I'm just like, well, let's just see where it goes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love you. We could not be more opposite, you guys. Baytop makes me so uncomfortable in so many ways. It's so great.
Your hands are cold and my hands are warm.
I know, that's interesting.
We're the yin and the yang.
I'm
and the
always
yang
cold.
And the yin. Oh, I'm cold too, but I have warm hands today.
You do. You feel like heater hands.
Yeah.
Heater.
I got man hands.
You don't though.
No, I don't have man hands, but they're warm like a man.
Yeah.
When I got here, I was like dancing in your office, and you're like,
I'm like, this is such our personalities. I'm just like sitting here, and you're like in the back, like waving your arms and jumping, and I'm like such an introvert. Even when I'm around people I'm comfortable with, I'm still very much an introvert unless I have alcohol, which I don't drink anymore
Yeah.
yet. I'm kind of like feeling like I want to drink sometime again.
Do you want to go have a glass of wine?
No.
I was just joking. That was a horrible. I'm not.
At least give me a fun option. I don't want a headache.
Okay, I like red wine.
It doesn't give you a headache?
If I drink the whole bottle, but
we'll have to talk about this like substances one time. I think there's like I think it's cool to hear people's experiences and how they've evolved and things that have changed, especially cultural. So we should have an episode on that sometime.
Yeah, maybe our next episode's that,
Yeah.
I was sober for 6.5 years, and
I've almost been I was my whole life.
Yeah.
And then I drank for a couple of years after I left Mormonism. And now it's been almost a year.
Yeah, it's all about balance, and if you ain't got balance with it, there's no point in bringing it into your life.
Well, and sometimes it's just I don't think it's high vibration at all.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes it's just like time to take a break. And for me, it would wreck me. Even if I had one drink, it would wreck me for like a week. Even if I wasn't like, even if I didn't get drunk or have a hangover, it still would just wreck me for a week. So I was like, my body was just like, it's time to take a break. And I listened. Yeah. And it's been hard, but we'll talk about that in another episode. I think it's a good topic.
It's a good topic. It's yes, it's a whole new episode. It's a whole new world. I think that sometimes I want low vibration, and so I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll just sample it. I'll just sample a glass.
Hey, balance, baby.
Balance.
I still believe in balance.
The dark, the light, the shadow.
We're here to be human too. Like we're still here to have experiences. I think each individual person just has to really lean into what that looks like for them.
Yeah.
Just nothing is black and white at all.
Jesus drank wine.
Yeah.
Be like
probably,
Jesus, but not
probably not processed wine.
No, it was probably all organic, handmade, homemade,
straight from the feet of the disciples.
Oh yes, it trampled on the grapes.
Yep. Squished grapes.
So does Jesus drink wine in the Book of Mormon?
I have no idea. When I leave something, it's gone out of my brain.
All right, we're gonna have that in this episode that we're gonna do about substances. We'll ask
ChatGPT questions.
Does the Mormon Jesus drink?
I don't know what Mormon Jesus does.
I don't know.
Mormon Jesus in the Book of Mormon doesn't. It's completely different. It's supposed to be like the partner to the Bible. It's supposed to be the new revelation.
Oh, wow. I would like to see all the Jesuses come together.
And just be friends.
Like Catholic Jesus, Protestant Jesus. Is there a Muslim Jesus or no? I'm sorry. I'm so ignorant with that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to ask chat. And like the Power Rangers, like they come together to collectively defeat.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, that's a cartoon, I guess.
Okay. I'm at completion.
Well, I also am at completion. This is gonna be a great episode.
Amen. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in. I hope that was the update you guys wanted.
Yeah. And if this is the only episode you've ever watched, well, thank you. And if you want to watch our previous ones, also do that.
Okay. Thanks for joining.
Love.
Bye.
Live. Love. Laugh. Repeat.
Something like that.
Love. Laugh. Repeat. Love.
Awaken. Expand. Repeat.
Awaken. Laugh. Repeat.
We're never going to get this down. Maybe by our 50th episode. Okay.
Okay. Bye.